Good morning everybody, 11:36 in the morning, Sunday 15th of February. Dull outside as usual, but onwards and upwards. So last night I put a video out putting all my results for the year so far, because I'm changing tack and I'm starting a refresh, as it were, but obviously I don't want to do that and just dismiss previous losses, because that would be totally unfair. So I went through all the results, and as you can see very quickly, 65 bets, 7 winners, 58 losses, 10.7% strike rate on picking winners. Not very good, I know. That equates to if you like 72 points or pounds or whatever your stake is, a return of 43.76. that equates to a loss of £28.24 or points, and a return on investment of 60.77%. Not very good, I agree, but it's not a disaster. And I did point out last night that one horse would have recovered all the losses on that. I'm not going to go through it again here, but I could have backed one that placed at 90s on Friday. I didn't. Saturday I picked out I can't remember how many it was a few, and I got 3 winners, but the prices were all over the place. Anyway, that's in the past. I'm starting again, and I'm only going to tip the outsiders from now on. So what's the latest? Well, that is the latest. Outsiders only. I was not chatting, but questioning ChatGTP last night for a new name for my group, the Triple Whammy Trio. I'm going to keep the name. I like the name. I made it up. But he came up with a few names for outsiders, and also came up with a Latin motto, and the Latin motto was contra turbam, against the crowd. Well, I've always been one backing against the crowd. I remember I bought a book many years ago, and I looked for it recently. It's out of print. I can't remember who it was by, I'd have to look it up again, but that was called Against the Crowd. And their theory was that too many people follow the favourites. I wish I could reread it again, actually. If anyone knows where I can get a copy. Against the Crowd. Don't know who it was by, but it was a racing book. Anyway, contra turbam, against the crowd. That's what I am. I'm picking the unfancied, unloved, unwanted horses from now on. And as a result, I've gone through, and this is what I've come up with for today. Let's have a look. Forgive the hair. God, the hair's not very... I think I'll go for a trim this week. It's not good at all, is it? So, fly away hair. Anyway, so there's 2 meetings today. There are 3 meetings actually, but I don't count the Irish ones, unfortunately. Nothing against them, but I just can't get a handle on those. So 2 meetings, 15 races, 11 handicaps, 9 of which have provided a selection, and narrowing that down, I've got 4 picked out, which I'm going to back today. I'm still wondering. I know 1 or 2, like Snapback Value. Shout out to Snapback, and Grumpy, Britain's Grumpy Stolgate Dave, do have other bets on. They don't just put bets out for the channel. And I wondered. I thought, no, I've got to only put out what I'm betting. And then I thought, well, no, I don't know what to do really. Do I put other bets out and just count the ones on the channel? So I am actually going to absolutely rigidly stick. If I put a bet on this channel, I'm betting it. If I don't put a bet on this channel, I'm not betting it. And then I know exactly where I am. I'm not going to get confused and run into two banks. Yeah, I've won this, but you haven't won this, and you've won this and I haven't won this. So that's it. These are all what I'm betting today. And I'm not going to go through any reasons why I'm betting them, apart from to say, as far as I'm concerned, I think they give true odds. Now in a handicap, obviously, a 10-runner handicap, everything is weighted, theoretically, to have an equal chance. So an equal chance in a 10-runner handicap is a 9-to-1 shot. So I'm only going for those that provide a price equal to or bigger than the number of runners. So there we go. Clansman, first one, 14-12 at Newcastle on the all-weather. That is number one, Clansman, and that's currently showing at 6-1. That's a 6-runner handicap, so it is just on the cusp. It just makes the cut. Second one, 15-12 at Newcastle, number 2, Aknamara. That is a 9-runner handicap. So again, just on the edge. It's 9-1. If it had been priced at 9s, it would have made just made it. But there we go. 16-20 at Musselburgh. That is a 7-runner handicap, and that's currently priced at 12s. Bold Light, number 2, Bold Light. And in the 17-12 at Newcastle, number 9, Shartin Venture in a 10-runner handicap, currently showing at 15. Now, I think there were, when I looked, I picked all these out last night after I posted my video, and I think there were 6. I can't actually remember, but I've looked at them all this morning. Let's go through them again. 14-12 at Newcastle, number 1, Clansman. That was 4.20 last night and didn't make the cut. So it's 7s now. So it does make the cut. 15-12 at Newcastle. Last night that was 13s. Now it's come in and it's now 10s. So if it carries on coming in, it wouldn't be a bet, but I'm putting it out now, so I've got to stick with it. The 16-20 at Musselburgh, last night that was 13s, it's now 12s, so it's only come in a point. And the 17-12 at Newcastle last night, that was 15, and it's still 15, hasn't moved a muscle. One or two of the others I picked out last night have drifted, and they would become a bet, but they don't quite meet the criteria. I'm going to try and be as rigid as possible as I can on criteria, and not pick and not say, "Ooh, that might just have a chance," but it doesn't quite meet all the requirements. Nothing's ever 100%. It might not be the jockey I want on it, it might not be quite the going, it might not be quite the distance, it might be a bit too long, a bit too short. But as I pointed out the other day, one of my picks that won, someone said, "Oh, it's back to its optimum distance," and someone else said, "Oh, I think it needs a little bit shorter, it needs to drop down in distance." So it's all fine margins, isn't it? It's all fine margins, looking, running, all sorts of equations that we don't know, we've no idea. So I'm as happy as I'm ever going to be picking these selections out, and those are the 4. I'm going to switch off now, post this video and put those bets on. Starting off with £100 on Betfair on the exchanges, and we'll see how it goes. Obviously I'll do a daily update with the results, but I shall do a deep dive on the results at the end of every week. Sunday, first day racing, worst days racing of the week, and Saturday will be the 7th day of the week, the best days racing. So those are my thoughts for this morning. I've rambled on a bit longer than I intended to, but there you go. Let's get it all out there and let's get it down in black and white exactly what I'm doing. So thanks very much for watching. Anyone that's watched, you may subscribe if you like, you may like if you like, you may comment. I prefer you to comment, put some comments in, tell me where I'm going wrong, tell me where you're going right, tell me where you're going wrong, just tell me. So one or two are still commenting and I like that. I try to answer back. So let's have a discussion. There we go, that's it for the day. Best of luck in all your backings, and I'll be back either tonight, unlikely, or tomorrow. Cheers everyone.